Good morning, evening, or afternoon. You're listening to Brownsville Matters, KXIQ 105.1's podcast show, where we learn a little bit about everything from all walks of life on the border by the sea. Our next guest strives to add value to our local places of recreation and community events, all while having a fascinating outsider's perspective, from enjoying our natural areas to play, to enjoy nature, or any fun community gatherings. He is the mastermind behind it all, and we're here to learn from what he has to say. Sean de Palma, welcome to Brownsville Matters.
Well, thank you for having me today, and I greatly appreciate it.
Yes, before we continue, I also want to thank you. We were originally planning to have another guest where you're sitting right now. However, due to some complications, this particular individual was unable to make it today. But you answered the call to action, and you are sitting before us to let the people of Brownsville know what valuable assets we have in our own backyards.
Yeah, I'm excited, and I know that jumping into the gap. Yes. That opened up last night is something I was happy to do, and yes. I love the opportunity. So thank you again.
All right, Sean, let us begin things off with a fun curveball question.
All right.
My understanding is that you are originally from the Sunshine State, Florida.
Yes.
Cool. Now, over there, was there a particular park or an event that stuck with you when you were growing up that you may have used in some way, shape, or form to influence something here in Brownsville?
Oh, that's a great question. Well, first and foremost, the way I got into Parks and Rec is I actually got in trouble.
How so?
And I got into a little trouble hanging out the wrong way, and I was right around the ripe age of 14 and a half, about to turn 15. My birthday's in August, so it's summertime at 14 and a half. And my stepdad is not an American. He's from, out of the country. He's, so his way of thinking is like, oh, you don't know how to behave? You now have to go do something like to keep you busy kind of thing. So he brought me to the local park, and he got the supervisor, and he said, hey, this kid's going to pick up the whole park, stick pick, give him a bag, give him garbage, let him pick garbage. Back then, they didn't care about gloves. There was no PPE.
No.
So I just started working, and that's how I kind of got into parks, because when I was 15, I was able to become a lifeguard, and they hired me at 15 and a half, which was the next summer. So I worked the next summer, and that's how I got into Parks and Rec. What I bring from that experience is that the park is a safe place for people to come, and it doesn't always have to be recreation. It could be corrections. As far as how my dad used it, to correct my behavior. But it also gave me an opportunity to really interact with responsibility, cleaning the park for others, learning to become a lifeguard and safeguard other people, to be a public servant for the community. So it was a really good experience for me, and it turned out really well, in my opinion. And so everywhere I go, I try to bring that type of element to our parks and our public spaces as a platform, not just for recreation, not just for someone to rejuvenate from a hard day of work, but also to have some type of opportunity to self-improve, to springboard into a career, springboard into a way of life that they really are searching for, but they don't know what that is yet. And that's kind of like my experience at that young age. So I want to make sure I provide that platform, and our team, which works very hard, provides that platform for community members, Wow. So.
Wonderful.
That didn't go the way you thought it was going to be.
No. It really was a curveball question. Not just a curveball question, but a curveball answer. Okay. Now let's continue to explore your origin story. Whereabouts did you grow up in Florida? What was it like over there? And how does Brownsville come into the picture?
So I grew up in a part of Miami-Dade County called Miami Gardens. It used to be unincorporated. Now it's a incorporated city. It has a massive growth process going on right now. They're very similar. That region of Dade County is very similar to Brownsville, where we're in the midst of a renaissance period. They are too. They have, I think it's like a $30 billion economic investment in that city. But when we were growing up, it wasn't that way. We were very disfranchised, and I also lived somewhat of a minority life in that subculture. So that is the experience that I take everywhere. Is how do we break down barriers? How do we remove silos just in our community? Southmost, if you live in Southmost or you live on Alton Glore near Montebello Park, they're total opposite of the city, but we're one community. Right. How do we set stages and open up the spaces and bring programming so that both of those community members are family and they're sitting at the same venue or same event and enjoying that, having that quality of life together as a community member, as family members, and that's kind of how I function from my childhood growing up somewhere that we were the disfranchised. We were the ones that were kind of isolated. And as I grew in Parks and Rec, it's like, oh, we can bring an even playing field. Everybody loves art. How do we introduce art to people? Yes. Oh, not everybody gets an opportunity to play tennis or golf. How do we bring that to people that would never get that kind of exposure to that? Oh, this person retired in one industry, and maybe it was manufacturing. How do we bring technology and expand their mind to have exposure to new things? Do you see? And so that is kind of what I've gathered from my childhood living there. Plus, our parks there were very poorly maintained. They were county parks. Not that all counties don't have great parks. There's counties that do. But that segment of our region geographically in the county had, it was just neglected. So having functional, safe parks and public spaces is another thing that I strive for, and my mind is always pressing because of my childhood and where I grew up. So,
wow, yeah, I had the privilege of going to that particular part of Florida during the summer. Okay. Fun fact, for a bachelor party.
Okay.
Yes. I especially enjoyed the Art Deco. The Art Deco buildings over by Miami Beach.
Oh, okay. So you were probably like in Wynwood and those type of regions, right? Of the county.
Yes.
Very artsy, fluent, urban feel.
Right.
That'd be in that region, yeah.
Yes. We also rented a boat to swim around in Biscayne Bay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So you did it up well.
Yeah, we all had to pitch in a little bit.
So coming to Texas, and especially South Texas, as you know, the RGV is different.
Yes.
And every place can say that. If you go to Seattle, they'll say, oh, we're different. And but we have a uniqueness here. And the tapestry of family and culture is one that I've never truly experienced until I got here. And keep in mind, I've lived in South Florida, Central Florida, Georgia, and Atlanta region, and this is just an amazingly unique and intimate place. And we have big city vibes, we have big city swag. Yes. And we're growing and we're expanding. We're in the Renaissance, but we really do have a unified community for the most part. We're very family oriented here, and it's very attractive to me coming from the outside. Yes. As far as South Florida and South Texas, we have a lot of heat. It's the same heat. It's the same drivers that cut you off, that slow down when they shouldn't. Yeah. But the people and the culture here is much different than I've ever experienced. So it's a blessing to me.
Right. Yeah, we're in the same latitude, más o menos.
Yeah.
There's a lot of similarities. Oh, the most surprising similarity that I got reminded of when I visited over there. What? Miami also has parrots and parakeets.
Oh, yeah. Tons of them.
Yes.
Tons of them. Parrots, parakeets, and what is the crane?
Oh,
The big
okay.
cranes.
Yes, yes. Sandhill cranes.
A
Yes.
lot of cranes down
Uh-huh.
there. So, but yeah, the parakeets.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah. Over there though, it's understood that they've been introduced, or
right,
they're the descendants of escaped cage pets.
right.
Here, however, there's a little bit of debate as to whether or not they're displaced from habitat loss in Mexico.
Got you, got you.
Yeah.
Well, we have we're a birding city,
Right.
and we're gonna have a birding festival in the next couple months.
You're in Brownsville, yes.
Here in Brownsville, which is wonderful. But we have so many varieties of and species of birds that come down here and migrate through us, that we are literally one of the best places in the world to view
Yes.
birds. And if you ever get a chance to go on a Resaka tour with Aaron, at Dean Porter Park in the morning, there's beautiful varieties of birds out there. And he actually knows all the names. I don't, but but he'll know them, and that's another amazing feature that we have. So in Miami, a very unique place, but it's very materialistic based, in my opinion. Growing up there, yes, it was brought. Those birds were brought there.
Yes.
Here, they wanted to come and visit us
Exactly.
and migrate through us. So it's a naturally welcoming location, not just for us humans, but for our family friends that fly.
Yeah.
In the birding world. So.
Now, to your point, if you go to any of the local natural areas, Sable Palm Grove,
Yeah.
Resaka La Palma, especially in the winter, if you look at all the license plates of the cars in the parking lot,
Yes.
you get to see dozens of states, maybe even Canadian provinces,
You're right.
from people that want to check out our natural assets that we have here in Brownsville.
Yeah, definitely. And if you now that you mention that, if you think about it, we do have some beautiful natural assets here within the city limits, but also in the county and in
Yes.
Cameron County as a whole. So we're very fortunate about that as well. So.
Now, as far as parks are concerned,
Yeah.
what would you say are some of Brownsville's gems that you think more people here should know about?
Well, it really depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking for something like Dean Porter Park has, I think Dean Porter Park and the region there in downtown has a cluster of gems.
Yes.
So Dean Porter Park, we have the Children's Museum, we have the Playhouse, we have a pool during summer that's very active.
Yes.
Right now, we have the Holiday Village there to go enjoy.
Yes, that's right.
But we also have 2 playgrounds. We do yoga on the deck there for programming. We are on the Resaka. So that right there to me is like a little cluster of just a lot of gems that we have in our park system. But in addition to that, we're right across the street from a nationally accredited zoo that is expanding, that is gorgeous. And then just a hop away from that, we have the cannery that's going to open up soon. We have Linear Park that we host special events at. We have the museum right there at Linear Park. So we have like a cluster in that region right there, walkable region of a lot of amenities and like you're saying, gems. And then to me, we also, if you go to somewhere like we call it Kabler Park is the official name. It's on the east side. Towards Central, right off of Central Boulevard. It also used to be called Kakalacha Park there.
Oh, yes, Resaka Park, yeah.
Yeah, and it has a little Resaka on one side, and it's nestled in a neighborhood. That park right there, to me, is a gem. It's a beautiful community neighborhood park that you walk up to. We just tomorrow we're gonna do ribbon cutting for a new playground. We just added a fitness court there, and this upcoming summer in 2026, we're gonna add a splash pad. So, and we're gonna refresh the restrooms. But that right there is a really nice gem. It has a beautiful walking path. It has a dog park there for smaller, 2 sections, a smaller and larger park. To me, that is a gem.
It is.
To just go there, it's not high publicity. It's You go and you take your family, or you go and put your, buds in, and then you walk and decompress, or you go work out, or you just sit and enjoy it. It's clean, it's mowed regularly. The trees are beautiful. You know what I'm saying? It's just a really nice gem that we have. But we have a few of those throughout the city. People don't realize at Morningside Park, it does have baseball fields. It has a soccer field. It has kickball fields. We're doing a lot of renovation, but we just added a dog park there. It literally has a perfect place to launch a kayak to go into the Resaka there. So to me, that's like a little hidden gem there if you like the kayak. And so there's all of our parks have like little nuances like that. You just have to go and explore the park system, and then we have a trail system that I will say is just amazing. We have over close to 40 miles of trails.
Wow.
We're expanding that, and we're gonna have a loop at some point that is completely connected, and then a draw line that brings you all the way up to the top of the county in Brownsville. You know how Brownsville, if you ever look at a map, we kind of fin. We have like a fin that goes northbound.
Yes.
You will be able to travel that freely and connect to all the other trails in Cameron County, and we're just a couple miles away in different places to really bring that to everybody. But right now, our trail system's beautiful.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of gems, I would say, in Brownsville. You had to kind of go and explore. You know how you go to dig a diamond out, you have to kind of wipe away all the dirt, and then the diamond kind of starts to glisten, and then you get to enjoy it. Same thing here with our park system.
You know what's funny, Sean? Actually, before I talk about this, in what year did you come to Brownsville, more or less?
I'm 17 months in, so almost 2 years.
Wow,
yeah,
relatively recent. Wow.
Yeah,
Well,
and
welcome to Brownsville.
yeah, I don't feel like an outsider as much yet. I'm getting more acclimated.
Very good.
But I will say this. I asked somebody like how, they said, well, you didn't go to high school here. High school's big. Like everybody recognizes each other from what high school you call out. I'm from Hannah or wherever,
Yes.
So I can't call out a high school. So I said, so when do I not be a guest anymore or, new? And they're like, maybe 10, 12 years. And I was like, okay, I'll ride that time frame and see at that point how acclimated I am. So,
so I was gonna say, so this is certainly before your time. At around 2020, pre-COVID,
okay,
I actually had the pleasure to get to know some of the local parks because there was a mysterious figure known as Mr. Mindbreaker who posted these videos on YouTube, claiming that if you go to these very specific parts in Brownsville and find some code, you would get a digital Visa gift card.
Oh, nice. Like a scavenger hunt.
Exactly. And the rules were, okay, this is all public property, no trespassing. So based on the clues, I was led to visit some of the parks in Brownsville.
Excellent.
Parks that I had no idea existed.
Okay.
Or parks that I knew existed, but I still hadn't visited. Morningside Park, which is bigger than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's a nice size sports complex.
Yes. And then there was one nestled in a little corner of Southmost. It had a cute little playground. It was within a neighborhood. I forget the name of the
Gonzalez Park?
That might have been it.
Okay.
That might have been it. But it was through those particular challenges that hopefully I wasn't the only one, because even though I didn't solve that particular puzzle,
right,
I definitely enjoyed getting to know my city better. It was because of not just the challenge, but because of the parks.
Yeah, excellent. So maybe we need to hunt down and start a scavenger hunt like that. I'm gonna tell you, we have we added quite a few since I've been here of the book libraries.
Oh yes,
throughout the park system.
Free libraries, yes.
We've been expanding that, and we want to start to really highlight that so people can do book sharing, and in times of need, if needed, even do some pantry sharing out of it.
Yes.
So we want to start to really highlight and get people exposed to our parks. And we have a good blend of larger parks, like you said, Morningside, but we have really unique and nestled in neighborhood parks like Galaxia over on the west side of near Military. So we have the wide variety of different options when it comes to parks, and then we have our specialties like the sports park and the event center and the golf course. So we have those type of specialty amenities as well. And I will say we're finishing up our master plan is figuring out how to make sure we're not only staying with the growth of Brownsville, which we are in a renaissance, but we're able to really provide the desired outcomes and expectations that the citizens want as we grow together. So, scavenger hunt, here we come.
I also want to highlight a specific park that was made mention in yesterday's city commission meeting as of recording. Yesterday, they were talking about La Posada.
Yes.
Also in Southmost.
Yeah, I was there.
It is the ecological gem of that particular region of our city because it features some of the oldest trees in Brownsville, these gorgeous Montezuma cypresses.
Yes. Actually, some of the oldest trees in the region, and they are absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
There's a project to put a sign up for the preserve. That park has several different features, and we're really looking to expand on them. So we also partner with Brownsville Wellness Coalition, and they have an urban farm that they situated on the property in that park. And then we had the Montezuma trees, as you're mentioning, which are beautiful. And we work with PUB to bring water in at certain times to ensure their viability, and we maintain that area. And we just built my team maybe like 4, 5, 6 months ago, built these beautiful wood steps. If you go to the bridge there, the historical bridge, you'll have wood steps so you can go down into the Resaka when it's dry, and then be able to really enjoy nature there. And then the top side, we have grant application to the state of Texas for $1.5 million. The city has $750,000 match for their $750,000, and then we're waiting to hopefully get that grant so that we can do this project. And then that project's going to bring some restrooms to the facility, and then some recreation components like a basketball court, as an example.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
So top side, you would have more traditional recreation. Off to the top side, you'll have the urban farm component, and then towards the back, you'll have a walking trail and the Resaka with the beautiful trees and the nature preserve side of it. So it's going to become a really well-rounded amenity, and again, the word gem, not only for that part of Southmost, but for the community as a whole. So we're excited about that.
Absolutely. Yes, you're talking about the historic bridge. It is perhaps the only structure of its kind where people could walk on from the 1800s that's still around.
And walk under.
During the times of when the Resaka isn't full. Yes, now is the time to do that because there will be a time when the Resaka will be hopefully permanently full. So now's the time to walk under the famous Jagu bridge.
Yeah, the Jagu bridge. And I've seen couples out there taking pre-wedding pictures and anniversary pictures using the arches of the bridge. Yes. And it is absolutely gorgeous there. So, and again, that's another hidden gem, but we have tons of these. Yes. If you go to Montebello Park and you walk the walking trail around it, and then you kick off to where we have an off-road biking trail, but you can still walk it. It is gorgeous there. It has a tree canopy. It is very beautiful. So these are little ones, but they're throughout our entire city. Right. You have to go out and explore.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, over at Montebello, I had the privilege of seeing my very first indigo snake.
Okay.
Yes, no, indigo snakes are incredible. There are regions of longest reptiles, and their role in the ecosystem is to eat other rattlesnakes.
Right. So to keep the rattlesnake population down
In check,
and
yes.
curb it. Yes.
Yes.
So,
all while being immune to their venom.
really?
Yes.
Okay. So now I know if I get bit, I'm looking for an indigo snake.
Exactly.
If I get a rattlesnake, it comes after me. So, but yeah. But again, you got to see some
Right.
beautiful pieces of nature
Right.
and at that facility. And that park is, again, a key facility within our park system. And it is a gorgeous. And it's a larger one. People don't realize we have land beyond that we purposely have not developed because we want to keep that accessible to the public for the nature aspect of it. So, yeah, that's interesting that you know these parks.
Oh, yeah. Now, of course, Brownsville is famous across the Rio Grande Valley and Texas, really, for its Resakas.
Yes.
So how do the Resakas play into the work that you do?
Well, we're really trying to put a strategy together where we're replanting along the Resaka for several reasons. For keeping the wall of the Resaka, keeping the health of the Resaka. By the better vegetation you put there, it goes back to the circle of life, basically,
Yes.
where the birds feed off of it, different animals feed off of it, but also the health of the Resaka, it helps keep it healthy throughout time. So replanting there, also trying to program it out. We had a Resaka Regatta back in September over by the event center. It was beautiful. It was our first attempt at it. People came and used kayaks, cardboard. You designed cardboard boats or whatever to put on your kayak to dress it up to have a regatta. And we want to build on that because we want people to utilize our regatta in a healthy way, in a positive way, like kayaking on it, also fishing out of it in certain aspects. I know our and I mentioned earlier, just this past weekend on Sunday morning, my partner and I were at Dean Porter Park doing the kayaking there with Aaron.
Yes.
And that's at 7:00 in the morning. And that's completely free. You just sign up for it.
Wow.
So there's things like that. And we have a beautiful Resaka alongside of our city cemetery. And last year we put a pavilion up there. Not a pergola.
Yes.
We did it in-house, built it by hand, and you can see over the Resaka is beautiful wildlife there. Not only the birds, but we have turtles, we have jumping fish. It's a really enjoyable piece of nature there. So we have Resakas running throughout our city, and we're striving to keep them clean. Add aerators. We have about 14 aerators over by the Trails of Texas, which is by the event center and all the community back there. You know where I'm talking about. And so we have about 14 aerators, again, trying to keep the Resakas healthy as the water flows or gets stagnant and work on that.
Yes.
So, yeah, we really want to highlight usage of it, proper usage of it, and enjoyable usage, like more kayaking. We're working on a contract to bring a company in that will put the self-serving kayak and paddle boards. So you can go up there, rent a paddle board with the life jacket, throw it in the Resaka and use it. Right now we're just working out some of the litigation for that, but we're going to add those stations throughout the city as well. So we're really, it's a gem or an amenity of the city, natural amenity that we want to get people to utilize, because if they're utilizing it, they're going to put effort to keep it clean and protect it.
Right.
You know? And it's a viable part of our wildlife here as well. So,
yes, and not just the wildlife, but just nature as a whole. Because they were the original passageway of the Rio Grande.
Yes.
Before erosion cut them off to its current course. You know, Resakas have always been a fascinating part of Brownsville history. In fact, we're practically the only part of the Spanish-speaking world where we call technically Oxbow Lakes Resakas.
Yeah.
In the rest of the Spanish-speaking world, a Resaka is a hangover.
Oh, okay. So in South Florida, we have waterways, but we call them canals and basic. So when I came here and I learned Resaka, again, that's a uniqueness
Yes.
that is here to the valley,
That's
to
right.
Brownsville.
That's right.
And it's again an intimate word
It
for
is.
us.
Yes.
We're here, Resaka.
Right.
Yeah, you go to San Antonio, they have waterways. You
Yeah.
go to Miami, you have canals. But
Right.
here we have a Resaka.
Resakas.
And again, we're trying to safeguard it, but also activate portions of it, because again, the more involved people are in something, the more intimately connected they will be passionate about safeguarding it for longevity of that, the health of the Resaka, and for our wildlife, and for our nature within the nature element within the city.
Nice. You mentioned the Resaka besides the old city cemetery.
Yeah.
My understanding is that the Parks and Rec also takes care of the cemetery. Is that
Yes,
right?
we do.
Wow.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We have a cemetery, we have a golf course, we have a senior center. We have a lot of right-of-way maintenance that we do. People don't always see that, but we do right-of-way maintenance. We do the cemetery. We have some open spaces that we're just keeping for future usage that we can build and expand on. So there's quite a bit that we're involved in beyond just the parkland, So, and we're really excited about doing that type of stuff. So.
Oh yes, the cemetery has a special place in my heart. The Brownsville Historical Association taps me on the shoulder every year to give tours.
Yeah.
On it every October.
Right. Yeah. And we help prep it for you guys. And I will say this: even our cemetery has a uniqueness to it.
Oh, absolutely.
We have individuals that have fought in wars, historical wars in the region that are there. We have revolutionaries there. And last year we worked with the Mexican consulate.
Yes.
And I think you were at that event as well, to highlight and Gaza, I forgot his full name.
Yeah, Catarino Erasmo Garza.
Yes, you're the man. I appreciate you.
Gotcha.
Save the day. So we made sure that, and again, I feel, and I'm hoping other people view it this way, but it tells a lot about our character.
Yes.
How we treat the people from the past.
You're absolutely right.
And so we put a lot of work into the cemetery and to maintain it, and it's challenging for several reasons. One is historical, so you can't just remove something that is broken or others are saying dilapidated. We have to figure out how to do it properly and put time and effort into it. But then the other thing is, a lot of that property is private property.
Oh, I see.
Right? So we have to navigate through burial sites because they're private property. How do we maintain it? When is it so overgrown that we have to now go onto private property technically and maintain it? And so we always are keeping that balancing act and navigating it. So just so you're aware. Right. And then our irrigation system is so dilapidated, and we have to do spot repair because we can't rip up everything, obviously, because it's a place of rest for our past citizens. So it's a journey that we travel down every day. But I think we're doing a really good job. Since I've been here, I know when I first walked in, I was bombarded. I want to say, I might exaggerate, but weekly about the cemetery. And for the last maybe 8 months, it's quilled itself. People have been thanking us, and we've been really strategic about maintaining it. That doesn't mean we don't fall short of it, but we've been strategic about how we approach maintaining the cemetery. And I feel one of that is the mindset that our society's characteristic, one of our main characteristics, is displayed in how we maintain that for the people of the past.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't think about it that way because, yes, you don't want to interfere on people's public property, but at the same time, you also want to respect those who have passed,
right?
By making it look pretty,
right?
So I do see the gray area.
Yeah, and it's a balancing act,
right,
and it's always about, and I talk to the staff about this. It's always about us putting ourselves in the citizen's shoes, being kind and curious of what's going on. so that we're approaching it in a positive way. But at the same time, we have to sometimes educate this community member or the citizen, because we do have limitations, we do have restrictions, and we're also like, we're not supposed to be on private property in this particular case, but we need to go on it.
Right.
How do we balance that? When is it the right time to ensure that we do the job well for the entirety of the cemetery in this particular conversation? So
Yes. And then I also understand that Parks and Rec is also supervising First Friday. Is that right?
No. First Friday is done from our downtown group.
Okay.
We've been working with them, and we tried to support them. Like, we're moving the switch for the lighting of the tree. We work hand in hand.
Okay.
Right now, we're finishing up our master plan for parks, health, and recreation for the entire city, for the department, and for the entire city. And then the downtown group is in the midst of their downtown master plan.
Okay.
And I think they're about 70% done. And so, but they overlap. And then prime example is Washington Park.
Yes.
Washington Park.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Washington Park, again, is a gem, but
Yes.
it's also a vital component of the city tapestry, and especially downtown.
Yes.
So as you saw, we revamped how we did the lighting ceremony this year. We brought the stage from Jefferson over to Adams. That was strategically done. We want to show we have a stage on Adams like Charro Days does and Sombrero Fest does, so that we can, in the future, have a festival going from 6th Street, right, Washington Park, all the way down to 12th Street, which is Market Square, through Adams, and have that whole area shut down, have stages along it, have activity along it, and have a festival that expands that way. And then the two anchors is Market Square and Washington Park. And that's why we're trying to show the public and leadership that we're very capable as a city and with our community partners, Charro Days, Mr. Amigo, and Sombrero Fest, of hosting really strong, powerful events. And coming from a place like Atlanta, coming from Miami,
Yes.
I see Charro Days to be at the level of Ocho, the level of Mardi Gras in this, not just for this region, but internationally, to where people come and we have, so how Ocho works is that 8th Street is so long, it's about 12 blocks stretched out. The stages there's a stage at each end, they're smaller. They're for community talent. Then you go to the mid stages, those are regional. Then when you get to the big stages in the center, that's your international and national stars and talent.
And this is mainly a Cuban American culture, right?
Right,
Yes.
in the Cuban American culture. But we have that here.
Yes.
We have Mexican American, but we also have a draw of Winter Texans. We have a draw of being a bi-international on the border. So Charro Days and Sombrero Fest and that week can be our Mardi Gras version of our culture, our community, and our region. And Adams Street would be the connecting of the two. Sorry, I went on a tangent about Washington Park. Washington Park is, to me, one that we have had a lot of conversation, and it's starting to get traction. We're working on an agreement with Sombrero Fest. We're also working on modifying some features there, adding some components to the park so that it can be viable for the community, but also to host very large events. And I'm talking about infrastructure electric going into the ground, to actual pavilion, corporate side pavilion that can host events. So different things like that. You brought up a really exciting point to me. I'm sorry. So
wow, no, and this is all like literally all this was from a misunderstanding I had. So you work with downtown, and this would be under, say, Mr. Garces' department, or that takes care of First Friday.
Yeah. So I forgot Daniel's last name. The new director of planning and zoning and permitting. That division of downtown management falls under them.
I understand.
But we work completely together.
I see.
Even in their master plan, and I'm sorry I went off a little bit. In their master plan, they incorporate the Washington Park into it. So Washington Park is so important, and it's such a viable part of our city and our downtown region that we have it in 2 master plans. We're going to be overlapping it, and we're going to really put a lot of, in the future, you're going to see build out around it and to it and on it, so that it's able to be that foundational piece for major events going further and building our current events. So it's great.
Wonderful. Now, what would you say is the best tidbit of advice that someone has ever given you that you'd like to impart on us?
Best tidbit of advice. Wow. I don't know. That's a really in-depth question. I have a drive, even from a young man, a young boy. I always have a drive, and I've always tried to give my daughter, she's 23 years old, like little tips here and there, like, hurt people, be kind to them. Always look inward when you have a challenge before you look outward. But one thing I kind of like a mantra that I always do is I don't stop. So it's, my partner, her father, they have like a joke about me in the house about never stop.
Yes.
Like I'm a never stop. I never stop. And for me, I'm someone that just keeps moving forward. Keep on moving forward in a positive fashion. So I would say that would be something that I was taught at a very young age by coaches and people around me, but also experience that I just don't stop. I keep moving forward, If it's a good day or a bad day, you just push through and you with a positive mindset. So I would say that's the piece of advice. Never stop. And always keep a positive mindset as you're moving forward.
Wonderful. Sean, who do you credit as people or a person who is instrumental to make you the man you are today?
I've been very fortunate. Just God has given me people throughout my lifetime. Sometimes it's been for a moment of interaction. Sometimes it's been for a full season of life.
Yes.
And I'm very grateful for that. But I would say, I would say my daughter. My daughter is 23, but when she was younger, her mom and I are good friends, but we didn't live together. We raised our daughter together. But I had my daughter about 4 to 5 days a week, so I was the primary caretaker. And being a parent in your mid-20s is a learning experience. And she taught me so many things. She taught me to be extremely patient at times that, instinctively I didn't want to be patient. She taught by just our interaction. She taught me how to roller skate because I never roller skated as a child. And then she learned to roller skate, I think, at summer camp when she was like 6 or 7, and then she was like, take me roller skating. So I learned how to roller skate. She taught me how to roller skate. So I know it's my daughter, but she's that human being that's been in my life for a large portion of it, a good portion of it. And I've learned a lot being her parent and loving her and even learning to love at times. Pure child's love is unconditional. So I would say that.
Wow. That's beautiful, Sean. Hey, final question.
Okay.
Suppose there is a giant stadium.
Yes.
That fits 200,000 people.
Okay.
Which just so happens to be más o menos the population of Brownsville.
Yeah.
You have everyone that lives here occupying each and every one of those seats.
Yes.
And you have the opportunity to walk down the 50-yard line, hold a microphone, and say something to the entire population of Brownsville. Within 1 to 2 minutes, more or less, what would that message be?
Wow. That would be something, one, I would have to prepare for a while.
Yeah.
Two, Brownsville is special to me.
Yes.
It's it's life-changing. There's times that I am mind-boggled. I'm like, that makes no sense. And then there's times like, wow, I wish I raised my daughter here. It's so wonderful.
Yes.
I would tell them that. I would tell our community that coming from the outside, this is one of the most amazing experiences I've had. That, yes, we're in growth. We're in a renaissance. But we have to be conscientious of that and work together to keep our culture, to keep that intimate appeal of family, of unity, of community pride, to be prideful of your high school, to go to HEB. This is the first time in my life, 40 years old, 40-something years old. First time in my life, you go to HEB and you see an aunt, a grandfather, a mom, a dad, a teenage daughter, and 2 young sons all shopping together. That's our community starts in the household, and we have a huge advantage over most of the United States and probably a good portion of the world, that we are very intertwined with each other. And that is a positive thing. So love your neighbor because they're your family. And let's not lose who we are here in Brownsville.
I agree.
But at the same time, let's be open-minded and strategic and work with each other, because we don't want to ever stop. If you stop, you're dying. Right? I think Bruce Lee said that you stay fluent, and I'm saying never stop. Stay fluent. And we need to grow and accept the opportunity that we're getting. We're getting blessings of economic growth. We're getting development. We're getting highlighted of the technology. We have a lot of beautiful things here, natural and human made. So let's relish in that, but let's be wise about it. Let's be good stewards of it and grow it for our future generations and for our quality of life currently. So I would kind of express that point. I probably would work on being more, creative in my delivery of that message, and hopefully more powerful and impactful. But that would be the message that I would want to convey to Brownsville as a whole. And speaking of stadiums, we're working with the USL, so professional football in Brownsville is coming. We're going to figure out how to do that, because there's going to be a day we're going to walk in HEB and a child's going to be wearing a jersey, a football jersey, and the footballer's going to be there picking out some fresh vegetables right there in the produce section. And that is a dream of ours and of mine particularly, and I'm looking to help the team deliver that to our citizens. So there you go.
And the crowd roars. Sean, coming from out of state and using all your experience to add value to our community is something that we can all appreciate in ways that tie our social activities, ways that tie nature, ways that tie history, ways that a whole bunch of aspects. Your department oversees them and just continues to add value to our region on the border by the sea every single day. Sean de Palma, thank you for joining us today on Brownsville Matters.
Thank you very much. And before we end, I just want to tell you, I have some of the hardest working teammates.
Yes.
And if you see them out there, don't hesitate to stop them and say thank you. And if there's any concerns, I believe in iron sharpening iron.
Yes.
Please communicate that to us. We want to improve. We want to serve people better. And we want to build off of our momentum. So don't hesitate. We're here to serve. And just thank you specifically for having us.
This is Michael Quantz with the Brownsville Society for the Performing Arts, here to tell you about our podcast, Brownsville Matters. Everyone in Brownsville has a story to tell, and these are the stories. We broadcast these stories every Friday at 5 p.m. and every Sunday at 3 p.m. on KXIQ 105.1 FM on your radio dial. You can also catch these stories rebroadcast on our YouTube channel for Brownsville Society for the Performing Arts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and smash the notifications if you want more information about these stories that you watch and listen to.